Hello, everybody. This is going to be a tier list. My bad. A tier list of bosses that I fought, and there's only 14 of them that I can think of and also find. But of bosses that I had found and just how hard I think they are. Bosses I beat, I should say. So, I guess let's start. Let's start with. I'm gonna go with. Let's start with Bowser. All right. So this is Bowser from the Wii Mario, Super Mario Bros. Wii, which I absolutely love that game. That game is. That was one of my childhood games. If any game is my childhood game, that is it. It wasn't crazy hard, but I recently have emulated this game and actually beat it. And well, it was decently difficult. So I'm gonna put it at oh, I should read you guys the tiers real quick. All right. So it goes from a tad hard, but not too hard. Not too bad. Difficult, a bit angering. Something in front of me is soon broken. This is really hitting near and dear to me. All right. I got some issues, and I break things and I punch things, especially in video games. Something is flying out of a window at extreme speed soon. Had to put soon because, it's gonna happen. This is this is beyond the point of yelling. This is yelling. Maybe. This is like grunting. This is like you yell sometimes, and then you on your desk, you know what I'm saying? This one is where you get past the point, you try to hold back your anger, and then it just comes out in a burst, and you chuck something or something like that, you know what I mean? And this one made me hollow and empty inside. No more anger, just nothing. This is how I felt after I beat Detroit and Become Human. Nothing boss related in that, but this is how I felt. I got the worst ending possible, and everything that could have went wrong, and I beat it in 2 days, and I was so excited. It was right after I got my PS4. I was having so much fun, and I loved it, and I beat it after that second day, and I sat in the corner of my room, and I faced my wall, and I think I said nothing. I was just in silent agony. That's what this is. You're past the point of anger. It's like the stages of grief, but just hollow inside. So, back to Bowser. I'm gonna put him here, alright? He's difficult. He was definitely hard. He took me probably over 10, 15 tries. Maybe not over 15, but over 10. Over 15, maybe even over 20, honestly. It wasn't crazy angering because I absolutely love this game. It's so much fun. But, it definitely had a challenge to it. You have to do so much parkour so fast. Yeah. I love it though. I think it was a great fight. Well, level. It wasn't really a fight. Let's see. You guys, I'm not gonna let you guys see down here because I don't want anything to get spoiled, alright? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let's go Mr. X, alright? Mr. X boss fight in Resident Evil 2, specifically the remastered one, which I'm going to play this for my channel at some point. But yeah, this fight, oh man, it's hard pick between these two. This one took me a while because I kept going away from it and back to it because it was so angering. Oh my gosh, there was this one move that he did. I'm gonna put it here for now while I'm talking. One move that he did where he hit the ground and a bunch of spikes came out at you or something like that. It's been a long time, and I could never find a way to properly avoid it, and it got me every single time, and it was always the reason I died. Or the charge he did, that would get me sometimes. It was definitely one of these two. One of the harder bosses I fought in all of my time of gaming. Something in front of me is broken. I don't know. I'm gonna put it here. It wasn't insane. It was really hard, and nowadays it would have got me so much more mad, probably. I don't know, maybe the other way around. But it was definitely bad. Okay. Next. Let's go I don't know if any of you like Titanfall 2. I think Titanfall is amazing, an amazing game. This is Viper. All right, let's see. Set him right here for now. He was one of the Titans you fight that flies, and he has like a sniper rifle, I think, or something like that. Some kind of like railgun, and it does a lot of damage. And he has a bunch of little dudes helping him out that are you're fighting him on a ship, right? And a bunch of little dudes that are helping him out, I think. And you could not get proper cover from him very much because he was flying and had a rifle. And if he shot you just a few times, you were done for. He was really hard. I'm gonna put him down here. I did thoroughly enjoy that game though. Amazing game. If you like FPS games and you've never played Titanfall 2, play that game. It's so good. Let's see. Let's go Tartarus from Halo 2. I don't remember this guy too well, but I do remember he was hard. But I don't think I've ever actually fought him alone. It's always been with friends. So I never really got that mad at it. But he was pretty hard. He'd be up here if I fought him alone, probably. But I didn't. So it definitely angered me. But I was having fun, so it was kind of overriding the anger. Very good game. Halo 2 is a beauty. I recommend it, also. Okay. I'm gonna go with... I did this more recently. Zeus, the God of War 2 fight, not 3. That fight, I'm gonna say... really hard, because I think this was harder than... or not as hard as the Resident Evil 2 fight with Mr. X, but it got me a lot more mad. It was like... it actually didn't get me that mad. It was pretty... it wasn't that hard. I just feel like it deserves it. It got me a decent amount of mad, I guess. It was very annoying in some parts. It was very annoying. And I loved it. I guess I'll put it down here, because it is more fitting for that spot. How about the Cyber Demon from 2016 Doom? Not Eternal. This one was like... a tad hard. Honestly, it wasn't bad. I really thought that fight was kind of easy. A lot of people found it, like, pretty difficult. I played the game on... if there was 4 difficulties, I played it on the one above normal. If there was only 3, I played it on normal. I don't remember which one. Oh, there's more than 4, I think. There's a lot. I don't know. I played on the one above normal, I think. Anyway. He was pretty hard. Like, not pretty hard. He was okay. He was hard in the second phase where he resurrected himself. He was cool. I really liked the boss fight. I think he had a cool design and stuff. I love the guy's horns. I wish I could show you guys an up-close picture, but... well, I guess I'll have videos playing and stuff. I beat him a long time ago when I was new to Doom. Back in... genuinely around 2016. Maybe even 2017 it was. Okay. Actually, I'm not gonna go to that yet. Let's go to Doom Eternal, Icon of Sin. This guy was... I think he was easy. He's a really, really cool... I don't know. I remember right now. There was definitely some moves, like some of his punches, or maybe it was rockets that he shot that were like crazy unavoidable. That's giving him an up on the tier. But for the most part, the whole battle was pretty easy, I think. It was fun. Is the main thing. It was a lot of fun. Because it's cool fighting such a big enemy. It's just... it's really intimidating. But it just wasn't that hard. How about Udex Gundyr? I think it's how I pronounce it, from Dark Souls 3. He's the first boss. And whenever... I have him on this list because he's the first boss of the hardest Dark Souls game. Also the most popular. And also, when you're first playing through Dark Souls, he is, like, crazy hard. Oh, I should have got Soul Cinder on here. I didn't get him. Soul Cinder would have probably been, like, right here. Anyway. I'm gonna put him... I'm gonna rank this in the way that, like, I'm playing him for the first time. Because that's really whenever it was a boss. I can beat him so easily now. But I could not before. How about... I'm gonna put him here. I literally had to look up a walkthrough for the first boss on Dark Souls 3. If you never played Dark Souls, that's a good example on how it goes for new players. It's fun though when you get used to it and you actually get good at it. It's awesome. I love Dark Souls. It's my favorite game. The third game is my favorite. Let's go with how about the Halo 2 elites on legendary difficulty? It's a boss in my opinion. Especially, I don't know why. It's just specifically the white ones are like, they see you, you are dead. Halo 2 legendary in general is crazy. I'm gonna put it up here, right here. Something's going out the window at extreme speed. Yeah, he was bad. They were all bad. It took so much time to get past any group of elites. Even grunts were kind of hard, but any group of elites, it was like a mini boss every time you encountered them, especially the white ones. I just don't know why. And I never got very far in that because I gave up on like the second or third mission because I didn't feel like enduring it. The pain that it holds. Next one I'm gonna say is the Skyrim spiders. Now it doesn't really go with difficulty. They're not hard, all right, but they're hard to fight. They're not. You can kill them super easy. They're like 2 hits. But if you're an acrophobic, if that's a word, if you have I want to like not talk about what I just said because I don't think that's right. Acrophobia. Arachnophobia. Oh, I'm such a silly goose, me. I meant arachnophobia. If you're an arachnophobe, that sounds better. Not or whatever. I don't think these guys are hard to fight, and I've gotten decently used to them. I don't think they're that bad compared to real spiders. They have kind of a look to them that makes them less scary. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the eyes. Or just the way they move is a little more fantasy-like and not real spider unsettling-like. But I'm going to put it on the mid just because I literally have to go in third person to fight these guys. Sometimes. Because if they run up to me and hit me or something and their face gets in my face, there have been times where I literally yelped like a dog because I was so scared and got so frightened from these things, and I paused the game and I stopped for like a good 3 minutes just to collect myself, and then I went back in, I think with my eyes closed, went to third person, and then fought them off. I can't handle them sometimes. I don't like spiders, guys. Speaking of spiders, grounded spiders. Alright, these guys are going up here. Difficulty, they're hard from what I remember fighting them for any of them that I've actually fought. They have a lot of health, but I can't even get near them without physically just throwing the controller away from me and shutting out the screen. I cannot do it. They're insane. They're too realistic. I love it because I love fighting spiders in games because they trigger such a response. It's such a thrill, but it's so scary. I can't fight them in grounded. They're huge. They're realistic. That's enough. You know, I can't do it. I've never actually been able to fight a spider in grounded, I don't think. But yeah, they're really bad. Pontiff Sullivan in Dark Souls 3. This guy is going up here for whenever I fought him. I guess these are all for whenever I first fought them. But I had to look up a walkthrough for this guy too. I could not beat him. I don't know why. I've seen a bunch of other people beat him and have almost no problem with him. I could not get past him. This guy I had so much trouble with him. But of course, I literally would never use I would never get help from people. I would beat every single boss in Dark Souls 3 alone because first I did it because I didn't know you couldn't get help, or you can get help. And then I figured out you could, and then I decided, no. I'm gonna beat them all on my own. Which I did. It took me a long time, but I did it. I beat the whole game. Including the Nameless King. This took me forever. Absolutely, there's no doubt it's going up here. Forever. This guy was the most rage-inducing boss I think I have ever fought in my entire life. I'm gonna put him right here just to show like that he's #1 in difficulty. It took me months, literal months to beat him. Of course I took breaks, but it took me months to beat this guy. I couldn't beat his little dragon thing at first, for like maybe a few days, like consistently at least. whatever the heck that thing was called, the King of the Storm or something. I don't remember, it's been a minute. But this guy, it was one of the coolest boss fights in Dark Souls. But he's so difficult. He's not even a required boss. And the funny thing is that I didn't know that. I thought he was required, and I was sitting there on months, or for months on end, trying to kill this guy when I didn't know that he wasn't even necessary. Because I'm so bad at figuring out what to do in games, especially Dark Souls, because it's so like weird and not straightforward. But yeah, this guy is #1, the hardest boss I have ever fought, I think, in my entire life. Yeah, this one made me insanely angry. And for the final one out of this list, we have Senator Armstrong. Now, I'm going to put him here while I'm talking, okay, because I don't want to ruin the surprise. But Senator Armstrong, he isn't actually a crazy hard boss. Normally, he's not that hard. But I decided to beat all of Metal Gear Rising on the hardest difficulty because I want to be a swag man, alright? Excuse me, I just burped right into my drink. That was not cool. I decided to be a swag man because I started playing it on hard and I'm like, alright, this isn't actually that bad, which it's not. Metal Gear Rising, if you're decent at games, it's not terrible on hard. I think it should have been way harder. It maybe had another step of difficulty, like a new harder difficulty above that. But I beat him on hard, and there was a few other boss fights in Metal Gear Rising on hard difficulty that took absolutely forever, but I'm not going to put them all on there from Metal Gear Rising. Or I'm not going to put a bunch of them from Metal Gear Rising because this is really the one that's known. I'm trying to focus on bosses that people would know. But this is the main boss that's known in that game. Everybody knows Senator Armstrong, right? Well, this guy took me almost as long as Nameless King, meaning he's going up here. Not almost as long, because I played it a lot more consistently. I looked up, I tried to watch people play the fight against him, and I eventually got down this rhythm. I got down the muscle memory, and I played it over and over and over again. Just so many times in a row for days straight. I could not explain to you. I think I got more angry on him than I did Nameless King, actually. Nameless King was harder, and it took me way longer to beat him, but just the intensity of this fight and how fast you die in it is just, it's so angering. It's such a good fight, though. Because I never actually learned to parry in Metal Gear Rising, which is like a vital thing in that game. You have to parry things. Which I just decided parrying is like a difficult thing in all games. It's just something that shouldn't, or that's like never necessary, so whatever, I'm just gonna dodge things. And I did that until this guy. Or no, until actually the boss 1 or 2 times before that, where it was a bunch of bosses from previous fights that were like remade to fight you again. And you had to parry in that, and I like could not beat it for a while. And then I had to learn to parry, and then I beat them, and then I beat him. But yeah, I highly recommend every single one of the games on this list. I think they're all amazing games, and I think that that's it for this video, and you guys should recommend me some more tier lists to do, or some more ideas just in general. Maybe tell me some more bosses I could rank, and I'm gonna need a decent amount because this one probably didn't take long enough for a good length video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me what content you want to see on this channel.